It has rained a lot these days in Caracas.
It was a first landslide, then another one.
How you lose everything in an instant.
Trees down, roofs ripped off.
And there are people buried there who have not been found. We need help.
Australia prepares for new floods. 2022 has officially become the rainiest year in Sydney on record. Nearly 2,200 millimeters of rain fell in the city in 9 months. Usually, September and October are the driest months in the city. However, on October 6th, according to the Australian Bureau of Meteorology, up to 63 millimeters fell in places in the suburbs of Sydney in 24 hours, which corresponds to the month's amount of rainfall. Observations show that there has been an increase in the intensity of heavy rains in Australia, including intermittent ones, which may be associated with flash floods. The Australians have not yet recovered from the devastating floods in February-March of this year, as they are waiting for another test in the near future. Due to the ongoing rains, the threat of floods hung over the states of New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania.
Venezuela. End of September, beginning of October 2022. Torrential rains, floods, multiple landslides, felled trees, power outages, and rising river levels. These are the consequences of incessant rains in several states of the country, including Caracas, the capital of the country. According to the Central University of Venezuela, the amount of precipitation in September 2022 is 80% higher than the average for the last 73 years of observations. In early October, intense downpours continue in the northwest and the north of the country, causing floods and landslides and resulting in the loss of life and great property damage. Due to oversaturation of the soil with moisture, numerous collapses of roads, retaining walls, and buildings were recorded.
It has rained a lot these days in Caracas, very heavily, and that has caused all the earth to subside and to slide.
It was a first landslide, then another one. Then you start running out because there was no other way. But yes, it was strong.
It's not easy to see how you lose everything in an instant, but thank God we're alive. That's the main thing, because material things can always be restored.
In Mexico, in the same period, was also notable for the high intensity of rains. The state of Jalisco suffered the most. In September alone, 4 cyclones hit these territories, causing significant material damage. And on October 6th, the inhabitants of Mexicali had to endure panic fear caused by a strong sandstorm that hit the city. Sandstorms are not uncommon in this region, but a storm of this magnitude has never happened before. It was so strong that it easily destroyed the walls of buildings and felled trees. Climate events are becoming more and more unpredictable. How about your region? Have you noticed anything unusual lately? Write about it in the comments. October 9, 2022, Tropical Storm Julia struck Central America. The next day, it intensified into a Category 1 hurricane. On the coast of Nicaragua, the torrential rain caused flooding and damage to thousands of homes. More than 2,000 homes were completely destroyed. About 1 million residents were left without electricity and internet. After coastal areas were flooded, people were forced to evacuate. The storm also caused flash floods in Honduras, Colombia, and other Central American countries. Storm Julia killed 25, according to officials, with most victims in El Salvador and Guatemala.
Trees down, roofs ripped off. Everywhere I look, I see that. Here, I'm walking around. Yes, it did a lot of damage here. I don't know about elsewhere.
At the same time, large-scale downpours again affected residents of Venezuela. More than 20 people lost their lives and about 50 are missing as a result of floods in the state of Aragua. It was reported that in some places, a month's worth of rain fell within 8 hours. Tens of thousands of residents were left without electricity and water.
There are people running and screaming on the floor slabs of the first floors.
And there are people buried there who have not been found. We need help.
I have a niece. I don't know if she's in there, in that thing, or she was taken away. Well,
A unified emergency service is a real way out in the face of growing cataclysms, and we can make it in the format of the creative society. Learn more about it at the International Online Forum. Global Crisis, Our Survival is in Unity. November 12th, 2022.